Hello everyone. Today I'm just playing chess.com online. Just, I don't know. Let's see how many noobs we can bust. Right. So I'm just waiting for you. I'm just in this random tournament right now, hoping to get to first place. This thing ends in 14 hours. I'm not going to play for 14 hours. I'm just planning to play for now until I sleep, and then tomorrow I wake up, do some other stuff, and then play more. Um, right. I'm playing against a 1500. I've already beaten this guy before. Let's see what I can do. Queen e7, prevent d4. He may have to castle. I can play knight f6. He may still go d4 anyway. He hasn't though. Now d6. Um, okay, I'll take this way. If he ever takes on e5, which he probably will. Oh, he did. Okay. This is good for me, this trade, because it brings my queen in. Now, this is an attempt to attack him on the diagonal. Now, actually, I have a nice tactic here, but it doesn't quite work because king takes queen check and queen to d4. So I'll play queen c5 with this double attack, and if he goes queen d4, then I just take on f3 and he has double pawns. Maybe that's good for me. So okay, that's also a good try by him to defend. I can now castle, bishop e3 maybe, and then queen h5. Let's do this. Pin on this diagonal here. And then he may take, yes. Let's take here and maintain this pin here. Bishop to d3. Now rook f to e8 to just attack the pawn. h3. Now how do I deal with that? I think my best bet is to take over here and go for the doubled pawns. There we go. And knight back to maybe knight to h5 actually. There. Very annoying for him to have to deal with this. Let's see. Rook there. That's diabolical. My mouse keeps drifting. You know when your mouse just lags mid drag, it just drifts, right? That's annoying. That's happening to me a lot today. I've now grabbed a pawn for free. I can now play g5 and king g7 h6 maybe. Oh, I didn't see that move. Didn't see that at all. Doesn't do anything though. I know he has this scary attack over here. Oh look, I'm so scared. I'm not. Don't worry. He may now double up and give up his entire queen side. Thank you very much. It's only a check once again. Bishop b3, maybe it's a bit ominous, admittedly. It doesn't do much, though, does it? Take this. He can give me a check here. I just go back. He may think he's checkmating me, but I always have this rook e8 defense. But admittedly, it's close and it's a good try from him. Clear intention to stop my rook e8. Very smart move. But b5 gains a tempo and pushes the bishop away from my house. He will probably retreat back to d1 now, is what I'm expecting. Then I can play rook to e7 and force a trade or escape my king from this calamity. That's also a move. I think he plans to do some twisted perpetual thing. I'll take this though, simply because my rook protects this square, so he doesn't have a perpetual check. You see, he doesn't have any checks left. I can just escape via a7 and promote the pawn. He's completely lost. Okay, rook behind the pawn so that it can effectively be shepherded onto its queening square. Okay, he's being a little bit desperate, a little bit outlandish. Or maybe he's a genius. In fact, he is a genius because if you calculate here a few moves and check, down the line he wins this pawn. But he missed it, so he's not a genius. In fact, he could be because he's 1500 and he's better than pretty much half the player base out there in quite a tough game. Okay, that should be checkmate. There you go. That's my first game on camera. Let's play the next game. So you can clearly see over here on the left, maybe my webcam is obscuring it, perhaps. Is it? Let me see. No, it's not. Over here, right? I'm over here in third place. There's a second place person in third place, first place. I'm 1 point behind the second place person and 44 points behind the first place. I'm banking on the fact that he's from what country is this? Is this Romania or something? Yes, it is Romania, and their time zone is quite ahead of us here in Britain. So he'll go to bed very early, 3 hours compared to me, giving me an extra 3 hours um, of stuff to do. Let's see. Okay, I'm playing against a Serbian guy who is 900 rated. You can tell it's going to be a great game for one of us. Um, Now I'm going to completely eradicate his presence in the center. Well, not quite. I guess we play into the Sicilian defense, which I haven't played in a long time. Okay, this. Let's play Scheveningen, except my knight is on c6 rather than d7. In fact, I think that's normal for Scheveningen, isn't it? Anyway, I don't think anybody below 1,000 knows how to play any color when it comes to the Sicilian. So we should be in for a fun ride. Let's castle now and play b5. Unless he goes a4, which he didn't. The idea of the Scheveningen, one of my favorite setups for Sicilian, is to do this. He stopped it though, very clever, and gave me a new threat, which he has to play f3. Maybe tunnel vision or he forgot. I'll take the pawn for free, and attack this and that. So he has to take and I take back. Next, I want to go bishop b7 and capitalize on this diagonal that he's opened up just for me. You see, I feel very cherished by this man. After f3, I can come back to g6 like that. And it's safe to say that I am pretty close to being winning. I can't say fully winning yet because it's literally just a pawn. But if I use it correctly, I can win easily. Especially with people playing moves like that. What is that? You just gave me a free pawn. And yes, you have your cheap tricks that won't fool a 2200. Fair enough. Let's play. Not. I was nearly about to play h6. That would checkmate instantly. Let's play g6 to block this diagonal. Then I can play bishop to f6 and help out my queen with the checkmate efforts. Or in fact, I could have even played this move and be fine. Oh, actually, that loses, doesn't it? Oh well. Rook to f2 now. I'll gladly take here and threaten a check. I'm very happy with this position. Of course, as you clearly see. Let's see what he'll do. I'll lean a bit back on my chair because I'm quite comfortable. Has anyone chatted to me on the chat? No, actually. Right. Queen e4 now. This is one of the cases where I think I should trade because he does have some threats and I want to eliminate them all, or most of them. I attack the bishop so he goes back. Rook. How do I play this? Maybe f5 in order to give an open file for my rook. Nothing to do with intentionally weakening my pawn structure. There we go. Bishop to g4 next probably. And I go here and secure my rook on e4. Just like that. You can go bishop to f3, but it's not a big deal. I just return to f4 and double on the f file. What is this arrow? There we go. If he plays rook to f1, I can even just trade, which I'm going to do, in order to simplify. And of course, I have to make sure the bishops are not of opposite color, because that would make it much easier for him to draw and harder for me to win. But in this case, bishops are of the same color, so they kind of challenge each other. You could say like that. And now I'll just go g5, g4. The key thing here to do is to keep your pawns on complementary colors to your bishop, like opposite colors, I mean, to the bishop, so that the bishop can weave in between the pawns. You could argue that if you put the pawns the same color as the bishop can easily protect them. However, I think it's more, in this type of endgame specifically, it's more effective for the bishop to plug in the gaps. Let's go e4 and then bring the king up. Like that. Okay, h4, h3 next, making sure to keep my pawns on the light squares. He wants a bishop trade. You can have a bishop trade, my friend. E3. The rest is just child's play at this point. I could have gone e2. I just realized now. Don't berate me in the comments, please. All right, then we can promote to a rook. That's checkmate. There you go. That's my second win on camera. Let's play the next one. And I've safely overtaken this person. Basically, this is an arena. How an arena works, right, is you get, a normal amount of points per win, whether it's 1 point or whatever. And then there is something called an arena streak. Arena streaks work differently on Lichess and they work differently on chess.com. But on chess.com, right, for your first win in a row, you get 1 point, I think. For a second win in a row, you get two. I think it's like that. Well, in fact, for your first win, it's 2 points. For your second win in a row, it's 3 points. For your third win in a row, it's 4 points. And after that, you just get 4 points. I'm currently on my 23rd win in a row, and I keep getting 4 points, right? All right. I'm playing someone 42nd place right now, and I'm 19 points. Anyway, Scotch gambit. He may play c3. I can go d3, declining his gambit and forcing him into an uncomfortable sort of position. Let's go there and invite e5. I don't mind if he plays it. He didn't play it though. Let's play castles on h6. Bishop g5 is quite annoying. He has played it. Oh, h6. That is not a good move because he gave me the bishop pair advantage without me even fighting for it. There we go. It's a tactic that you all would benefit from learning. It's called an intermezzo, an in-betweener. So instead of immediately recapturing, I first gave a check before taking the knight. I'll go back. Here. Okay, fine. We have to continue with the game. Queen b6 now. Queen doesn't do anything there. That'll just be only a good square. Now we can just pin here. It's a tough dilemma. Do I take or go back? If I go back, I just set up his attack, so I may have to take, unfortunately. It's a weird way to take. Okay, well, bishop to e7, putting it into a more useful diagonal. And then I can play g6, bishop there and bishop there. Maybe queen f6, queen f4 first, over there, on that square. I see what he's planning to do with his chicanery. I'll play king h7 to avoid all of it. So this is my basic plan. Don't know what he's doing. Just let him be. That's what 1700s do. And that trick doesn't work because my queen protects the pawn safely. Let's go queen to f6 now, and triple Alekhine's gun on the f file. In fact, technically, this Alekhine's gun, the queen would be behind. But there we go, another easy win. Next game. What should I title this video actually? Because if I call it Chess Online episode number 20, that's just generic, isn't it? If I call it Blitz Online number 3, that's just generic. Why don't I call it, I don't know, Noob Busters? It sounds quite catchy, doesn't it? Alright, that's what I'll title this video then. Noob Busters, episode 1. Why noob? Because you may be thinking, why is a 1700 being considered by me as a noob? Okay, well now, first of all, that explains it. Second of all, it's nothing to do with them being bad, just comparative strength. All right, so this is how the game went. It was like this. He lost the bishop pair, then everything went downhill after he forgot I had an intermezzo. All right, let's go into this game, see what we can do. Knight f6 against this d4. Let's see. Let's play c5. Immediately challenge his center. A Stonewall. I haven't played against a Stonewall in a long time. Stonewall attack. There we go. Let's pinpoint that square. I can take it for myself. Play e6, d6, knight b8 to d7 to f6. That's what my basic idea is. Maybe d5 instead of d6, but same idea. Let's go bishop e7 first so I can easily castle. There we go. I think he may have missed a check or a tactic over there earlier, but this isn't bad either. f6 now, push the knight out, and let's go knight to d7. There we go. No need to chase the knight back because it went back anyway, and also I would create pawn weaknesses. Let's go king h8, so nothing bad happens there. Knight f5. Completely solidify this. Knight to f6 now. This is definitely a weakness, but it's not easy for him to target it. Let's go queen to c7, I think, and get a safe game. Rook to... I'll go to c8 because I predict that later on the c file will open up when I take. I could open it up right now, but I don't think I'm in a rush. I'll just go rook there. Make myself more unpredictable. I don't need to commit to taking at the moment. He's not forcing me. Yes, it could be beneficial, so why am I not doing something beneficial? But maybe something else is better, so I'm going to be patient and wait for a little bit. Let's go bishop to f6 now. Keep piling up pressure on the d4 square. The only problem is he has 2 pawns defending it, so it's not easy to pile up the pressure. Let's go g6. It looks pointless, but my idea is to go king g7, h6, g5, and slowly improve my position. Have a bit of king mobility around, helpful for when we swap off into an endgame. Let's go queen d6 and see what happens. He may go rook h1. Okay, now what are you doing, my guy? Let's go there. King g2. What are you doing? Oh, g5 now. Trying to capitalize on his time-wasting moves, you could call them. Alright, he did take the h-file first, but I challenge him on it. Swap. He may go rook h1, but the point is, I have more space on the king side, so it's easier for me to attack there. I'll go queen b8 now, so the idea is to take the h-file completely for myself. Problem is he can easily counter, so I'm not in a rush. I'll take this to provide 2 open files for myself, and then I can go king to flee it to that square. First I'll take here though, provide a little bit more complication, if you like to call it that. In fact, I found a sacrifice here. Even if it doesn't work, I'll still play it, because, I mean, it has to work, and I'm very low on time right now. Let's go e3, and exploit that, and he fell right into our trap with the classic double check. Let's go back to d5 to target this. He may go queen f3. Not a big deal, I can just go king f8 or something. That's also a move, yeah, fair enough. I'll go here though, threatening to dislodge the defender, and he has no easy response to my move of bishop a6. He can go knight e5, but the bishop can just take this if his knight ever moves. So what does he have in reality? Nothing. He doesn't have a defense to this. This and this at all. Apart from just, I don't even know. No defense. He can move his king and hope for the best, which is what I used to do back when I was his rating. Alright, let's see. In order to catch up to... Well, that's actually a good move. Respect. He found the one defense. Very good. Problem is that it results in a sort of swap that he may not have wanted. But then again, I do realize that perhaps all along he did want the swap. Okay, what do I do here? I'll go bishop to e2. I know it does lose 2 pawns on the spot, but I'm banking on the fact that my pieces are more active, which they are. Queen d6 now, attack this. Oh, that's an annoying move. I may lose this. This is called Noob Busters, yet I'm being busted by a noob. What am I doing? On the plus side, I lost 1 pawn instead of 2. That's how desperate I am. Shaking my head in despair. And also I'm completely dead in terms of time. But let me just bring the king there. I can hope for him to play b5, which he didn't play. But, well, I can still make the case that my bishop is better than his. It probably is. I'll go to d1. In fact, I'll play. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I should have taken the pawn. What am I doing? Um, Nearly fell for that. Right. Right. Now I'm lost, aren't I? Should have gone for the draw, but never mind. We have to keep moving. There. My mouse is drifting at the worst possible time. Oh, that's a draw. Okay. Unfortunately, I have lost my streak, so I need to win again and again in order to get 4 points per win. I think I need to win 3 games before I get a streak of four per win. But you get the point. Now I'm 43 points behind the leader. So that would require me to get like 15 wins probably. Not a big deal to do in 14 hours. Let's see. I'm part of this team here. Let's be honest, I've gotten most of the points of my team. All but 6. But anyway, how long have I been recording for? Like 21 minutes. Okay. Maybe I'll stop at the half-hour mark probably. Okay. Next guy. So far I haven't lost on camera, which is quite good. I'll play the wing gambit. Let's see what he has against it. Why do so many people play that? And now we just get a slightly worse version of the Alipin. For black, probably it's slightly worse. Especially the way he's played it. Just gave me the entire center. Maybe now he'll challenge it, but alright. D5, probably a bishop to b5, capitalizing on the fact that the b pawn and c pawns don't exist. Let's go knight there and threaten to use this pin even more. Queen a4, just your normal stuff. Bishop f4, perhaps I can. I'll take here first though. I'll safety measure, you know. Then bishop f4. Rook c1 and move the knight next. And it's also helpful that I can always play knight f3, knight e5. Bishop e7 is a little bit passive. I would have gone to d6 if I were him, but yeah, I have no control over his moves. Let's go. And if queen d6, then I have knight g6 and a discovered attack. So he just gave up his piece. That's it. No negotiation. No, just take my piece. Really? Okay, I'll take that. Now bishop d6 and okay, that's a move. It's a weird one. Can now castle and safely be a piece up. In fact, I even have a passed pawn in. I don't need to worry about this lame-looking pawn over there. D5 right now. I just need to bring my rooks to the C and D files and then keep pushing. Okay. That move, it kind of loosens the bishop a bit. E3. Okay, I didn't think about that move. Fair enough. He's trying to create counterplay, but in doing so he swapped off his only good minor piece left over. His only, in fact, minor piece. And simplifying makes it easier for me to win. Because it means there's less pieces I have to deal with. Okay. Rook to d8. Let's go queen f4. So, threatening that, so he would have to swap off queens. Okay, fine, I'll play that. Quite stubborn. Let's go rook c to e1. I don't need to worry about protecting this pawn anymore because my bishop does that well. I can just focus on other things. Let's go h3. Safety move to give my king a safe square. Just in case if he has any back rank mates. Then we can play rook e3 and rook g3 and launch an attack on his king. Yes, I'm a piece up and I'm still launching an attack rather than simplifying. Because he's been very stubborn in terms of not allowing me to simplify at all. I'll now do this. cheap threat, he defends it easily, and I have rook e1 threatening that. He did see it, but I mean, we're just joking, he didn't. His queen is now trapped. He has to take and I recapture. And it's very, very important that I played h3, because it means there's no back rank mate for him. Right, I'll give him a check, and then he would have to go back or play g6 and lose his queen. In fact, in some cases, checkmate. If he goes back, check, then checkmate, but he didn't, so I take the queen for free and I can, alright, easy win. Let's see, next game, maybe I'll play for 5 more minutes and then stop the recording. At this point, I've lost track on how many games I've won. I remember drawing one game. That's it. Oh wow, this third place guy is tied with me. He must have lost his streak as well because he's only on a 3-game streak. I don't think I even have a streak. Maybe I do though, actually. Oh well. Okay. Someone was there guessing my moves. What a legend, this guy. This guy's one of the guys I played earlier as well. Thanks, man. Right. Yeah, the chat, nothing is there. Here are the games. Okay. Now I'm waiting just for another person to come up. So let's just look at the game until I have another game to play. Oh yeah, and one thing I forgot to mention about Arena, the Arena format is once you play your game, you don't have to wait for others to finish. You just come back to the sort of tournament area, and you're immediately paired, or paired as soon as there's another possible player to be paired with. Okay, there we go. Now it's sort of a Lionheart gambit if he takes this, whatever that's called. Yeah, en passant, the best, most classy move a chess player can play. Now bishop d2, threaten some nasty stuff with knight b5. I'll go rook c1, actually setting him a trap where I attack this and he fell right for it. There we are. I attack this and I threaten knight c7 and he can't take my knight with the queen because the bishop guards it. And also the rook happens to be protecting that square, so look at all these arrows. He's completely done, right? Even this. I will not stop there. There you go, more arrows. So yeah, we can see that from this move right here, since he played e6 and allowed me to set up this trap for him, he's finished. Okay, now I can give him a check, take the rook off, and then come back, or something like that. Okay, he's preventing me from coming back, which is a usual response for a player of this level. Quite a good level, that is, respect to him. Alright, let's go knight f3. Perhaps I would need to give up the piece. I could have gone bishop f4 and knight c7, but he has a check here, and I need to prioritize king safety over a knight in the corner. Let's go there. What's going on here? Okay, bishop d6. Now I can castle. Perhaps I take here and go rook a1, and it's a possibility. In fact, I want to do that, I will. I don't see a problem with it. And it looks like it's the best thing for me. I'll go rook a1 and take this, once again protecting the knight from the rook, and then I'm able to escape. And that's the best part. I'm always able to escape my knight in this situation right here. Knight g4, I don't know what this does. Oh, actually that's quite smart. Quite smart stuff by him, because he gets to threaten all these crazy things. But I think I can defend against it. I'll ignore him for now. Of course he's gonna give me this check, right? But then after king h1, queen e4, his threats kind of stop there. Oh, okay. Okay, now I need to think properly because I think I've gone mad. Completely forgot about that. Bishop b4 is a move. He goes here and I give check, and then my checks end and he checkmates me. I think the best defense is to go here and there. So that's what I'll do. If he goes g5 and take my bishop, he kind of blocked in his h-file, making it easier for me to defend against him. Okay, I'll now go d5 to lock this bishop. and take an important piece out of his attack. He may take, and I just take back with check, tempo on his king, and launch my own attack perhaps. If he ignores me, then he didn't ignore me. Okay, check. Queen b3, I think, now. Well, I can even take here, but then yes. Well, actually, I will take there. Like that. The idea is if he does this, then I take the knight, and I'm just in time to stop him from checkmating me. There we are. My knight protects my queen, and I'm safely a rook up. There we are. If he goes rook there, then okay, he didn't, but let's go to d6 and threaten to take this, capitalizing on that pin so his bishop isn't really defended. He did see it, but in the process decided to give up his pawn. Let's go f3, and his king is now in a mating net. That's the only defense, and he found it. Knight e5. Now I want to weave a separate mating net, like this, and maybe bring my rook down and round. So his best defense might be to put his rook on the d file, the open file, and okay, that's a win for me. Thanks for watching. Maybe you took something new, learned something new from this. Probably not, but hope it was a fun video, and see you next time. Thanks for the subscribing.